What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Seth and we are back again with some more Trove. This is going to be a quick video and probably going to be the only video of the day. Some personal stuff ended up coming up and I'll give you a quick little roundabout of what all of that is as to why there's not going to be any other videos today. But more importantly, I know you guys are very curious about all of the craziness that's been going on with Trove since the improvements update. So to give you a quick summary, if you haven't checked out my other video, basically they ended up taking all of the Trove servers offline. This is Xbox One, PS4, and PC, for the simple fact that somebody figured out a way to duplicate Flux. And what they were doing was essentially turning all of that Flux into Mega Flux tanks, and then they were throwing it in the community chest, and everyone was just, getting billions of Flux thrown into the game. Almost everything was getting bought out of the market and stuff like that. So what they did was just took the servers offline. Now, console players didn't really, they could have taken advantage of this, but console players didn't really do it. It was mostly a PC focused thing, like just the PC users did it and the devs ended up catching it before it could spread, right? So for console, they ended up putting a couple fixes in and then they put the servers back online. But for PC, the servers were down for an exceedingly long time. It took them a very long time to come back online. I'm not entirely sure when they even came online, but I did end up getting a message saying that they were online on my Discord, I don't know, it was sometime yesterday, maybe it was tonight even, I'm not, or last night, I don't know, I really don't, because I wasn't here. So their solution that they've done so far is they've made it so that Mega Flux tanks are not craftable, you can't loot collect them, and you can't actually trade them as of right now, and this is supposed to be temporary while they try and figure out the issue. Mega Flux tanks suck anyways. But then also they ended up making it so that any of the older Chaos Chest, Gold Chaos Chest, and Greater Dragon caches, these are ones from way back in the day that were in fact tradable versions of those items, because yes, once upon a time everything was actually tradable. This game was an MMO instead of a single player online game. But no, they made all of that untradable as well, and it says that it's all temporary. I wouldn't put it past them to say that it's probably just going to end up staying untradable for a very long time. If not, the Flux tanks will probably end up being fixed. I'm not really expecting any of the old Chaos chests and stuff like that. I just wouldn't put it past them. It's like kill two birds with one stone, may as well make it so that all the old ones are untradeable too, right? But anyways, we've got a little bit of a problem because they ended up not only banning the people that are responsible for the whole issue in general, they ended up banning a whole bunch of people that were not actually associated with it. My 2 cents is towards anyone that ended up making a overabundance of Flux within a short while, meaning that anybody who ended up selling anything on the market within the time where everybody had all the Flux, like maybe one guy selling like 5 Gondas or something, because yes, there are people like that, those guys probably ended up getting a ban just because the devs see them getting an influx of Flux, not realizing that it was actually associated to legit sales, despite the fact that the people actually trading for those Gondas, for example, again, of course, were using fake Flux. It was just the duped Flux. Now, we've got a bit of a problem because they're slowly going to go through that user base and unban the people that are not really responsible for it. But it is going to end up taking a long time, of course. We're talking about trying here. They always take a while for these kind of mess ups, right? Which, whatever, that's fine. So long as the people that actually were responsible end up getting banned and nobody else gets banned as a consequence of their actions, then okay, sure, it's all good. Even if it takes them like a week, it better not take more than a week. But we've got a really big problem. They didn't roll anything back on the servers outside of like the people who obviously got all the fake Flux. Their Flux has been like reduced back to what it was previously. I don't know whether or not those players, like let's say you ended up having the duped Flux and you ended up buying a Gonda, again for an example, I don't know if those people had that Gonda taken away from them. Someone's got to let me know about that in the comments down below or in my Discord, please, because if you have been affected by this, I would like to know, did they end up actually taking away the Gonda from you? Because oddly enough, if we actually search the market right here for Gonda, there's no results. because all of the Gondas that were bought off of the market with the duped Flux aren't here anymore. Same with all of the golden dragon eggs and any item that was of value. Those items are not on the market anymore. And I would like to know as well, if any of you guys watching at home are one of the persons that sold Dreadnought, Gonda, a gold dragon egg, let me know, did you keep that Flux? Or did Trove just essentially eat your item and you just didn't get reimbursed for it, and that's all there is to it? Like, I'm very curious what steps they ended up actually taking with all of this, guys, because it's a doozy, man. Like, you know, and in their defense, you know, it's a pretty difficult thing to actually manage. You know, like, how would they end up dealing with something like that? I would actually say that they should just reset the market a little bit. But if the players that ended up selling the items end up keeping the Flux from it, even if it was duplicated Flux, okay, that's fine. Because then they made, you know, they made bank. They made a sale, even if it was kind of cheaty. You know, I don't really care. I think that would be appropriate compensation to those guys for the servers being down. And apparently they are supposed to be giving us compensation as well. No idea what that's going to end up being, but they say most likely that we're going to end up getting it on Friday, because, you know, the devs themselves ended up kind of pulling an all-nighter to end up getting this resolved. So I guess they're all in bed or something like that. And now let's go on to my point here. So what ended up happening with me and why there's not really going to be any videos out today other than this one. Why is this thing all like... Oh, somebody actually came here. Weird. But the reason why I am not going to have any videos coming out today, guys, is last night. Was that last night? No, that was 2 days ago. Yeah, yikes. I'm a little bit discombobulated because I slept for like 24 hours. I'll explain why. I ended up staying up and swapping to a night shift. Often I have like a day shift and a night shift, and I cycle back between them. It's been very, very hot here, so I've been trying to get myself on a night shift because otherwise it is like actually boiling during the day and I'm sweating like a pig. So during the night, it's nice and cool, meaning that I can get some recording done. Also, you know, it's a lot more active because it's summertime, so it's a lot louder because there's lots of people outside and stuff like that. And because of it, I've been trying to swap over to a night shift. So that's exactly what I ended up doing a couple nights ago, is I was on a night shift, I was ready to record, and then suddenly all of this stuff ended up happening with Trove, where the servers were offline for who knows how long, and because of it I didn't really get to do anything. So I got to record just the quick video explaining what was going on with Trove, and then I got to record that No Man's Sky video that came out the other day, and that was pretty much it, you know. But then on top of it, you know, I was staying up. I was actually about to go to bed, and then when I ended up going to bed, Mariko was like in a crazy fever. She already kind of had a bit of a flu over the past couple days, or over the past week, in fact, where she was like sweating a lot, but felt really cold, you know, just standard fever stuff. But this time, ooh, it got pretty out of hand. This was a bit of a doozy. So we actually went to the emergency room yesterday. And again, I'm not trying to victimize here, but this is still with me being up for essentially like 24 hours here, and I'm just trying to make a point to why I ended up sleeping so long. I don't care about staying up, you know, I had to be there for her, right? But we ended up going to the emergency room, and then lo and behold, it turns out it was a kidney infection of all things. Who knows how that ended up coming about, but thankfully, you know, they gave her all of the antibodies, and you know, she was on the IV and sitting in the bed, and you know, they figured it out and they got a resolve from it, right? So that was the important thing. It's good that she's feeling better. She's actually behind me on the couch right now, and she's feeling great, just for those of you guys that are worried. But we were there for like a couple hours, man. Like, it was not really the funnest. Like, you know, we were already ready to go, like maybe, you know, and then there was like maybe 2 more hours of us just sitting and waiting for results that were just like, yup, it was this, and whatever, you know. So then we ended up going over to you know, a nearby store to end up picking up some, like a drugstore, so that we could pick up the appropriate medicine, and then yeah, and then that was it. Then we ended up coming home, and by that time it was well over 24 hours, so I just ended up deciding to go to bed, and to my surprise, I slept for like 24 hours. So I just wanted to say that that's why there's not really going to be any other videos other than this one today, so that I have time to catch up on things. I know it's been kind of happening like that a lot lately. you know, over these past couple days, there's been a lot of issues coming up. But for something like that, you know, with my girlfriend, obviously that's very, very important. With Trove going offline for a while, I don't really care. I don't know what we're going to get for compensation from Trove. But again, if you were someone that was actually affected by what happened with the market and everything like that, let me know. Did you just have those items get deleted? Did you end up getting banned because you sold like a whole bunch of items right away and they considered that, oh, this person ended up getting a whole bunch of Flux right away, so obviously they have to get banned because they're one of the cheaters, right? You know, they're not very good when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, for crying out loud, just to put it into perspective, there's an old story, and yes, this is completely true, it's not fake at all, where one person ended up trying to get like a refund for all of the Trove stuff, because, I don't know, somebody ended up like stealing their credit card or stealing their PayPal or what have you. Who knows how it happens, whatever. Somebody wasn't entirely careful with it. But as they ended up going for the refund, Tryon just instantly banned them because they thought that they were just trying to rip them off. And that's that, you know. But at least they ended up getting their money back because PayPal is good for it, even if Tryon is not. But anyways, that's going to do it for me today, everybody. I'm going to be recording like a crazy person today to try catch up on things. Hopefully by tomorrow, we should finally have things continuing as it has. I want to try and have, you know, probably like the Trove episode that's going to be talking about the actual pack that ended up coming out. Sorry, I haven't had a review on that anytime soon, but just in short, guys, yes, the Extra Life Pack is definitely worth it. If you haven't already bought it, I would definitely recommend it. You get a lot of items out of it and a lot of mastery, and then on top of it, I want to hopefully have a Warframe video up for you guys, and then possibly some indie videos and stuff like that coming over the weekend, and some unboxing videos. In either case, thank you very much, everybody. Really do appreciate you tuning in, and also appreciate your patience for me during this time. I know that you guys are going to be understanding. You always are. Whenever I see the comments, it always just makes us really, really happy about it. And either way, I just want to say just to share my appreciation and just say thank you, because you guys really are awesome. And this is why I do what I do, because I'm doing these videos for you guys and gals, and you're just like such cool people. I'm always honestly surprised at the amount of feedback that we end up getting in the comments and stuff. But either way, you don't need to hear me ramble about that because I could just go on forever. Thanks for watching. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to support me, you can always hit that join button down below to end up getting like a bunch of... you get like a unique icon next to your comments, you know, both just on the normal comment section as well as when I'm live streaming. And it's going to be for like a monthly fee, blah, 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 blah. You know how it all goes. But otherwise, if you don't have any money and you still want to support us, you can check out Gawkbox and Solidarity app, which are links down below, and essentially they'll tell you, play this phone game for 2 minutes and get money. It's really cool. Either way, thanks for watching, guys. Sign on and stay epic.